All right, everybody, welcome back to another Reno Uke Fest 2024 interview with the artists. We are here with Ben Hassenger. Thank you so much for joining us, Ben.
Hey, I'm happy to. Thanks for having me.
So, Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, my name is Ben Hassenger, and I'm excited to be coming to Reno. Danny and Perry and I have worked together quite a bit in a lot of the festivals I host. And I like to call myself the ukulele ambassador of Michigan because in 2009, I went to Hawaii, and believe it or not, there was an ukulele festival going on. And I went to it, and everybody was just having the time of their lives. And so um, I went back to my hotel room. I emailed my friend Stan Werben, who owns Elderly Instruments and who's always been a proponent of the ukulele, and said, "You've been right the whole time." And that's when I started this crazy journey I'm on with the ukulele.
2009. Yep. I was away at college at the time. I was about to come home and dive in myself a couple years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ben, you've been around the block, man. I mean, that's kind of when everything started, right? It was just about
Well, yeah. At least it really got going here in Michigan. So, like I said, I came home. We got this ukulele group started called Laugh, which is a Lansing area ukulele group. The H we can't talk about, but um, and being centrally located in the state, I mean, if you know anything about the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, Lansing is right here. And so people would come from all over the state, and we worked as sort of an incubator for a lot of ukulele groups because they'd come into town. They said, "Oh boy, I wish we had something like this in our city." Well, maybe I'll just start one up. So, so it got to the point that Michigan now has about 25 to 30 ukulele groups.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like to
State
call
of
it the
Michigan.
great uke state of Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
And
A lot.
then one thing led to another. I started a festival called Mighty Uke Day,
Hmm.
uh, which was first built around the movie The Mighty Uke that Tony Coleman and Margaret Maher put together.
Hmm.
And we got together, we showed the movie, we had an open mic and a strum along, and I go, "Wow, that was great." And then someone said, "Oh, this is awesome. What are we doing next year?" And I was like, "Next year?"
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then I started doing a whole bunch of other ukulele stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know most recently Perry and I got to go and enjoy the Ashokan Ukulele Festival,
yes,
which
and
everybody says Ashokan, you got to get to Ashokan, and it's true.
I love it. I
It's
love it. It's my family's from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is very woodsy. You're out in nature, and the Ashokan Uke Fest is just like that.
I
But I
know.
get there, and it's just, there's
Yeah.
just some about that atmosphere, and it's like a family that comes there every year too. And then we started the Midwest Uke and Harmonica Camp, which you and Perry have been at also.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty immersive camp. We've got 12 to 16 instructors, 48 to 60 workshops throughout the
Yep.
weekend. And one of the beautiful things is, as you know, is when you're doing your performance and you get somebody else to come up with you that maybe you hadn't really played before,
Yeah.
and all that merging of all the different talents is just amazing. It's so much. It's a community.
Yeah, and that's with the participants and the artists. It's one of our favorite things is knowing who's going to be at the festival we're going to and then communicating with them and going, "Hey, Rev, hey, we're going to be at the festival again together, man. Do you want to do that thing we did last time? Do you want to add a song?" Like, so we get
Yeah,
synergy going, with all the different artists who are going to be there.
right. And then things just happen too. That's
Yeah,
those are some of the best things. Just these like happy accident kind of things.
spontaneous. Yeah.
And having and all the instructors, I know at Reno and the festivals I run, they're more than happy just to hang out with the attendees and play
Yeah. Yep.
and jam, and that means so much to everybody.
Well, we're in the same business, Ben, of bringing people together and giving them throwing a party, basically. Everybody can
That's
have
right.
a good
That's
time.
right.
That's our jobs. Well, Ben throws great parties, so make sure you check out Mighty Uke Day, Midwest Uke Fest, and also the Ashokan Ukulele Festival.
Oh, and then I also do a 1 day festival up at Interlaken, which is the famous Center for the Arts music school, and that's called Uktoberfest.
That's right. You
And
did an
that's
online one.
yeah, that's at the end of October.
Nice.
So
Well, I think the second question you might have answered, but the
I
question is,
probably did.
any passions or projects that you're currently working on?
I I get real excited about it, and I come up with more and more ideas about things to do. Like I'd like
Oh,
to do an ukulele songwriters camp.
yeah.
And oh, what about this? What about that? And my partner Ria, she's going, Ben, now just don't come complaining to me that you have too many things to do. But
Yeah.
uh,
Mary says that to me.
you just throw your whole heart into it. You know that, Danny.
That's a good point. Well, why don't you tell us what you're going to be teaching at Reno this year?
Well, at Reno, I'm so excited that I get to come there and teach. I've got a few different classes. One is called Play Almost Every Song in the World. I had to put that disclaimer on because it's not every song in the world. But basically, that's kind of what I call the fantastic four chords, the 1, 4, 5, minor six chord. And there's so many songs you can play with those four. And then I also teach an easy way to transpose. And that's great because one, you can match it to your voice a little more, and two, it kind of forces you to learn some new chords.
Yeah.
And I've got one called Become One with the Strum. It's not like all these really wild strums like Jake or Little Rev or somebody can play, but it's just real practical strums that you can use to mix up your playing in a uke group. Often you get in a uke group and it's all like da 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 da, and then it just gets faster and faster and faster.
Yes, it
And
does.
these are ways to break it up a little bit. And in that class, you'll learn the famous bend strum,
Oh, the
which
bins?
I'm not going to say anything about it right now because it's kind of a
Okay.
secret.
Be
Yeah.
there.
And then I'm doing a one I call Easy Tab, which is a tablature class. So we'll start off with some very simple melodies and get out and up into like something like Ode of Joy or something,
Okay.
all within an hour. Stop, look, and listen. One, playing well with others. That's when I've really developed over the past couple years working with groups. And it's basically an ensemble type class. First, we talk about what you need to do to really be a part of a group. And a lot of it has to do with listening, just knowing what's going on around you. Exactly, exactly. And then dynamics, things like that. And then we'll work out a song as an ensemble
Oh,
for different parts at different levels. And even we'll have some baritone parts in there too.
oh, awesome.
Yeah, I try to include baritone chords in all my classes because more and more it seems like there's a lot of people playing baritone ukulele.
We've been talking about that very same
Yeah,
thing. Not quite enough to maybe dedicate a class to yet, but enough that we're going, it might be time to start dedicating a class to this. Like,
absolutely. Yeah, I'm working on a couple of baritone specific classes, but I try to keep them all baritone friendly at least.
yes.
And then I'm also teaching, this is a newer one. Like I said, I started the Lansing area ukulele group. And as I'd go and travel around the state as, Michigan's ukulele ambassador, of course, uh, the I noticed so many different ways these groups are put together. And the thing about this class is it's not like I'm just talking about this is the perfect way to put together a youth group. I like everybody to talk about the groups they're in and how they do it. And we can all share different ideas together, everywhere from just the structure of the group. Like, does one person bring in all the songs and lead them, or do different people bring in songs, to some different software for putting song sheets together
Mhm.
and things like that. So it's really more of a discussion. I'll throw in some ideas that I think work, but all the other people, I don't know. I've picked up so many good ideas just running this, myself, learning from other people. I mean, as much as I love putting together festivals and camps, usually I don't teach at them because I'm just too busy dealing with everything.
Yeah.
And so when I get a chance to come to somewhere like Reno and I don't have ultimate responsibility for everything like
Yeah.
you guys do, um, it really, I can just really enjoy teaching.
Well, I do want to make mention to those of you watching at home that the last workshop that Ben described was the Uke Group 101. And that one is being taught because we had one person ask last year. They said,
Oh,
any way that we can do some kind of a group where we learn how to put together a uke club? Because I don't know how to
great.
want one in my area. And then when I asked Ben for his workshops, that was one of the options. And I went, okay, we're doing it. So
Well, good. I'll have at least one student in it.
I'll have at least one. No, I think people are going to be super stoked about this. If you're running a club and you have some advice to give, or you want to start up your own club, or you're hoping somebody else in your area will start up a club,
Yeah.
always bring the information back to them.
Yeah.
That community going, because that's the best
Yeah.
thing.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. It's so good to see you, Ben. As always,
All right.
so I will see you in Reno, and everybody
All right.
at home will see you there or on.
Great. Looking forward to meeting everybody.
Bye.
Along.